What's up, y'all? I'm seeing a pattern that I've been seeing for a little bit over a year now. Um, I'm noticing that when I got into a relationship, a lot of the women that I dated, a lot of the women that was very interested in me, all of a sudden when I wasn't available no more, they found this new love. And to me, it's funny because, in my opinion, that's settling because you didn't strike gold with me. Don't mean go settle for the the bronze nigga. No, seek gold. I always tell women this. Even if it didn't work out with me, I've given you, if I dated you in a serious way or a serious manner, if I really showed interest in you, I'm pretty sure I gave you some sort of blueprint as to what to go off of, as to how a man treats a woman, how a man pursues a woman, how a man lets a woman know I am really interested in you, the real kind. You know what I'm saying? But I'm noticing a lot of these women will go back to the previous dude that they've tried with before or that they were trying with before me. And it's a reason why you stopped talking to that man. It's a reason why y'all broke up before. When you go back to a person, when you go back to a person that you previously dealt with and it ended for a reason that was negative or something that you did not stand for, it didn't line up with the qualities and traits that you wanted. When you go back to that person, you got to ask yourself before you go back to that person, what has changed? What has changed drastically in them to make me take them back? Because if nothing has drastically changed and you cannot see it on a consistent basis, then you're gonna get the same result. So I'm noticing that. About a week and a half ago, I inboxed one of my Facebook friends. We talked for a little bit. We never made it to the point where we seen each other in person, but we talked. I was interested in her. She was interested in me, and I just asked. I said, "Happy birthday," and I said, "How's you and your boo doing?" Because after I got in the relationship, I promise you, like 2 weeks later, she was in a relationship. And in my opinion, she was settling, but I didn't say anything. I didn't want her to feel like I was hating on her and all that other shit that goes into that. So she proceeded to say, I don't have a boo anymore. We broke up in January. And I'm like, damn, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, kind of seen that coming, you know? And she proceeded to tell me, she was like, dude, like, out of the 9 months we were together, I was only happy 2 of those, which was the beginning. Understand, this is the same reason why jobs give employees a 90-day probation period. Because in 90 days, you're going to show your true colors. And this is why before you become permanent and you get that position, quote unquote, get that title for a relationship, you got to show me who you really are on a consistent level. Because you got to think, with jobs, you'll start off the first month, you might show up to work 15 minutes early every day. And your boss might be like, damn, good shit. You know what I'm saying? But then by the second month, you might be just making it on time. Still cool. But by 90 days, by the time you done got comfortable with that paycheck, comfortable with the pussy, comfortable, with the staff and all of that kind of stuff, you really start to show your true colors as if you're really the person for that position. And it's the same thing with these relationships. They're going to start off right, but can you be consistent? So if two out of 9 months, only 2 of them you was happy, 7 months you was unhappy. And I love her because she's so honest. And she was like, yo, like, I'll be watching your videos and I was like, damn, he sure do like to bash women. And I'm like, bash? I got a daughter. What I look like bashing women? Well, I got 3 daughters now that I'm in a relationship. So last thing I'm doing is bashing them because I'm raising mine to be something else, just like her father. And no, I'm not bashing women. I make these videos so you can shoot from the hip when you see bullshit and call men out on the stuff. I make these videos to help you make better decisions. I make these videos so that they're so blunt and straight to the point, rude, honest, however you take it, that you really get it. I'm not cutting no cards when I make these videos. I'm not, my delivery is a little bit more raw than most. You got your Trent Shelton, you got your Tony Gaskins, you got other guys that speak the same language as me, but just in a nicer way. You know, and I like all of those guys, but I'm Ronald Green. I'm not them. So, you know, do I care that some people may get offended by the message? No, you know, because that's just me. But I'll say this. She said, as I continue to watch your videos, I realize you're not bashing women. I'm just realizing that the truth hurts, because half the stuff you talk about in your video, I was going through and I was putting up with in my relationship. And it took to the point for the new love to haul off and smack her before she was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going through this. And I applaud her for that, because far too often, but not just physical abuse, verbal abuse, all kinds of stuff, far too often in these relationships, women accept, I'm sorry, or I was upset, and they sweep the problem under the rug, hoping that it would never happen again. It's some things that when a guy do to you, you're just supposed to, that's it. And putting his hands on you was one of them. So I'd applaud her for leaving, because there's a lot of women that be like, oh, he'll change. Why? Because they're in love with the potential of what this man can be rather than what he really is. So, you can't just settle for a relationship just to say I have one. She wasted 9 months, and 7 of them she was unhappy. And she got slapped in the process. Why? Because she settled. You know, and another one of my friends, and I haven't even, I'm going to pick up the phone and call her in a little bit. She reached out last night and told me, you know, she had recently started dealing with a dude. And, you know, that she basically said it's already over. And it's because the same reasons why they were not capable of being successful in a relationship before, which was the communication, it reoccurred. But I'm thinking to myself, I've been in contact with you recently and you wasn't talking to nobody. So now all of a sudden you go from not talking to nobody to having a whole boyfriend out of the blue. One of the things she said was, am I asking for too much because I asked for communication? What kind of dumb fucking question is that? If you gotta ask me, is asking for communication too much? You selling yourself short. You already know that's not asking for too much, but yet you're questioning yourself. Why? Why? It makes no sense to me. You know, so like I said, man, if I dated you before and we did not work out, if I dated you on a serious note, look, I gave you the blueprint as to how a man should treat a woman to a certain extent. That don't mean if we didn't work out, you go jump and settle. The problem is women don't want to admit it, but eventually they get lonely and they get sick and tired of being by themselves. And that's the same thing the other girl did with the 9 months. She said, I got sick of being lonely. I'm ready to start my family and bring, you know, my kids together and blah, 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 and be happy. We all want that. Like I said, I missed out on some women that I thought was for me. But, and they're great women. But everything happened for a reason. I didn't just be like, oh, well, let me just take her because she been waiting to be in a relationship anyway. When I know in the back of my mind she ain't shit. She not good enough for me. She don't meet my standard. See, I had a standard, I set it, and I never deviated from it. I kept that standard. And this is why the happiness I have now is genuine. It's not fake, it's not for Facebook, it ain't for Instagram, even though y'all see some of it. But it's real. It's because I knew exactly what I wanted, and I stayed single until I got it. So, yo, stop settling, yo. Stop settling. A lot of y'all already know better. Y'all just won't do better. If you had filet mignon before, you can't go back to Hamburger Helper. Even if you're not with that anymore, that's your standard. Don't deviate and downgrade because that didn't work out. No, just go do better. Go do better. I got an appointment to make. I got another video to make about motherfuckers dating insecure men and insecure women. And woo! Just wait for that video. I'm going to try to make it today. All right, one.